All right, so contour of landscape. If you choose this, if you're going to do this for your contour project, you must have at least a tree or a shrub or flowers. It's okay if you have other information, if it's near a building, there's a trash can there, as long as your focal point is something from nature and you have the details from nature. So remember your continuous contour of your tree practice. When you're doing your tree, you want to make it overall continuous. Let me go back to this slide. And so it doesn't have to be 100% continuous. You want to make like each branch continuous. And then you can pick up your pen, and then if you had a building, you can draw that and make that as continuous as possible. So what you want to do before you do your drawing on your watercolor paper is you want to do a practice, and you can do it on notebook paper, any type of scrap piece of paper. And so you're making each area continuous. So like here, this branch and leaves were continuous. And then I picked up my pen and I tried to do some grass, but it didn't look very good. So I decided that I wasn't going to do that for my final. You should be using a thin black Sharpie, no pencil. Remember that with contour drawing, I want you to see the process of you drawing slow and drawing details and trying to get just the overall idea of really looking at the object and not thinking about it and trying to make it perfect. So it's points off if you're sketching and trying to make a perfect drawing. But if you're doing true contour drawing, that's an A, and that's what I want to see. So step one, you have to turn this in so I can grade it before you add color. If there's anything wrong with it, I will send it back and let you know what to fix. Remember, it's a contour drawing and will be graded as such. Each area or each branch and leaf should be continuous. Use a thin black Sharpie. It's okay if it's distorted. Just make sure you're drawing large and you're trying to fill up the paper as much as possible and going off the edges. Step two, we are going to add watercolor. Make sure that you're taking your time with watercolor. It needs to be nice and clean. You can use realistic colors or you can use abstract colors. But I do recommend starting with the background or the sky first and letting that dry, and then going in with your tree. So you kind of want to build up from the back to the front. And then the rubric, composition. Is everything well balanced? Did you use your contour line with each section being continuous? Craftsmanship with your watercolor. And once again, your choice of colors, so it can be abstract colors. And then 100% of the page is filled. You've painted everything, you've drawn to the edges.